A lot of people are choosing to move to Memphis these days and add Elon Musk to that list, at least with his company, XAI. It's the big news that's been out. Everybody's talking about. He's bringing the XAI supercomputer, the largest supercomputer in the world, at least for right now. I'm sure these things will change, but it's coming here to Memphis. And I want to talk about, why would Elon choose Memphis for this instead of some of the other areas where he's already at? And maybe why should some of those same reasons apply to you, and why you should choose to come here to Memphis too? So, I got my main man with me here, Kris Goudy. He's going to help me run through these points, and we're going to get into some things. And I think by the time we get through with this, you're going to see why he did this. And I really think a lot of y'all are going to want to come too, especially if you're going to be in this tech industry, because I'm telling y'all, the door is open. Don't you think, Kris?
Yeah, I think Memphis is primed for some big things to happen coming in the very near future too. We're not talking about years down the road. We've been talking about Blue Oval for a couple of years now, it feels like, and it's scheduled to come online at the end of next year. But they're saying that this new AI supercomputer with Elon Musk, it should be in place, up and running by the end of this year, which is crazy.
Yeah. So they've already got the advantage of having a facility. So we know where it's going to be. It's going to be in the old Electrolux building, which is down on the basically South Memphis, right by the river. That's where that's going to be. So you've already got a building in place. The Blue Oval, they had to clear just a massive piece of land and build it from the ground up. That's why that one's taken so long.
Yeah.
And obviously that one, from a sheer number employment standpoint, Blue Oval is huge, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. But this one here, they're saying low to mid hundreds in the terms of jobs. Obviously, these, I would imagine, are mostly going to be higher tier jobs in that tech space. So higher paying, good jobs here. And I'm just going to kind of throw a number, since they said low to mid. I think 300 to 400 jobs probably is what we're looking at here. And so I want to compare this and see if this is going to be a good move for you, just like it was for Elon. And before we get into that, I want to say we help a lot of people move here to the area all the time. And if that's something that you're even thinking about doing, I'll put this up here between us. Y'all check that number out. Y'all can call us, text us, email us, really just whatever it takes.
Yeah, go ahead and reach out to me, guys. I'll be the one answering the call with you. We'll talk about your plans, your timeline, and we'll make a game plan to help you make that move here to Memphis just as smooth as possible.
That's right, y'all. So let's get right into this. And first off, I think one of the biggest reasons is just the quality and the availability of water here in the area. And I want to compare that specifically to Austin, Texas, because that's where Elon has, a lot of his headquarters already are. That's where he's got a lot of things going on there. So a lot of people ask the question, why didn't he choose there? Why is he looking at Memphis? And Kris, what do you know about the water situation in Memphis?
So this is not the first time I've said this, right? If you go back through our other videos, if you guys are subscribers, I always talk about the high quality of the water here in the Memphis area. If you Google it, best water in the U.S., I guarantee you Memphis will be top 5 on that list. We drink water straight from the tap. We don't have soft water filters, anything like that. When you take a shower, you feel super clean. When you get done with it, you don't feel like kind of slimy and things that I've noticed in maybe like Florida, California, places like that. But I've always talked about that, is that we've just got a great water here, and it's because of that Mid-South water aquifer.
Yep. And with that, not just the quality, and the quality for you, if you're moving here, you want that good quality water to drink, to bathe in, and all the other things. But just the stability of it too, because if you compare to where Elon is now, Austin, they get a lot of their water from groundwater too, but they've been having some issues with that. So that has been running dry. They've had a lot of droughts out there. They don't get as much rain, and these big supercomputer facilities need tons of water. What did they say? Like 1.3 million gallons a day, I think, is what they're looking at.
Yeah, it was over 1 million gallons a day. A lot of the environmental groups here are concerned. We don't want this. We don't want the Mid-South water aquifer to be abused and used. So the good news is that we've learned just recently that it will be gray water that the AI supercomputer is using. It will not be fresh water. So the gray water is things that have already been filtered out and recycled and sent back. So that's great news. But like you said, I think the abundance of it, MLGNW, which is Memphis Light, Gas, and Water, they've already said that they can supply the amount of water that's needed for this supercomputer. Like you said, the facility is already in place. The facility was going to be an Electrolux center, and that's where they were building like microwaves and small appliances and things. And for whatever reason, that didn't take off like it should have. But it's a good modern facility that's just sitting there vacant, ready to go. So I think those two things combined kind of gave us an edge in Elon choosing Memphis for this AIX supercomputer.
Yeah, so they can deliver that water, and there's really no concern of, we're going to get to a point where, or at least I don't think there's a major concern on, are we going to get to a point where we are straining that system for what they need? Because we get ample rain here. We get plenty of rain. That recharges that aquifer. Obviously, the river runs through here too, so we've always got water coming through the area. It's just not a big concern. So I think that's one big reason. And whether you want 1.3 million gallons a day or just maybe a couple hundred, you're going to get some great quality water. I was surprised too the first time I came in, because I'm usually hesitant to drink that tap water. I want to get something filtered or a bottle or something. And first time trying that, I was like, this is probably just as good or better than what you can get bottled just about anywhere.
It tastes like bottled water right out of the tap. And like I said, there was some major concerns with local groups. If he wanted 1.3 million of fresh water every day, I think he was going to get some pushback on that. That was kind of the initial uproar with it. But now that we know that it's going to be a great water source, I don't know why you wouldn't be excited about it, to have the largest supercomputer right here in the Memphis area.
Absolutely. And then coming on to the next thing, which is why, again, it makes it more feasible, for him to bring that here and for people to come here and work there, just like all the other people that we help. It's just not only the cost of living here, the lower cost of living, and I'm going to keep comparing that to Austin. I'm going to compare that to Nashville, because we've seen some other tech companies make the move actually from Austin to Nashville, like Oracle just recently did that. And just a much lower cost of living, and compared to those cities, a more stable market as well. They saw some huge up and down swings, and that can be tough. If you go buy a house and you pay $600,000, $700,000, and then you find out it's only worth $500,000. So that's the kind of stuff they've seen there. But what are we looking at here, Kris?
So we're holding very steady here in our market. I'm kind of proud of that, because you're right, Jerry. When you look at Austin and Nashville, those prices shot up so high, so fast. I think right now everybody's coming to a little bit of a realization. The prices are coming back down to reality a little bit. But here steady, we've got the May of 2024 report from the Memphis Area Association of Realtors. And it looks like as far as units, May over May, we're up 8%. Year to date, we're up almost 10% in sales. The median sales price is holding steady, pretty much at about 2% change from May of 23 to May of 24. And then our average sales price it's up about 5%. So prices are still holding steady. The volume of transactions is still moving along. So we've got a good, strong market here in the Memphis area.
Yeah, and I'll put that report on the screen, because I want y'all to see, if you kind of scan through these numbers, you'll see, most of these numbers are actually up, most of them single digits, but you'll see some that are just slightly negative, and these are up. So generally the trend is up, but it's not a huge swing up. And, the important thing here is it's not really going down. You're still seeing some of those bigger markets on that correction where they're going down, where Memphis, because of all the growth and everything and just the general stability we've had, we're kind of just seeing that trend continue. So you can come in, you can still buy a house that's relatively affordable. And if you look there, you see an average sales price of $285. I'll tell you, you can find homes at $285, but most of the people that we are, dealing with that are relocating to the area, a lot of y'all have been more interested in the new construction. Now, so I'll take a point to pop up up there in the corner there. If you are interested in seeing some of the new construction homes and neighborhoods that are out there, we've been working on a playlist for that. We've got several of those out, and more coming, so you can see what those houses actually look like. We go pretty in depth on those. But Kris, the new construction number, more like about but whether you're looking at median or average, about 450 to say 480. And
Yeah, the new construction prices, which that's what everybody's going for, the new modern homes, all the modern amenities, floor plans and things like that. I think that's a better indication of where we're at as far as a home that you would want to purchase in the Memphis area. You can see that those prices are up slightly, holding steady at the same. And then that takes into account most of the suburbs where the majority of the new construction is happening right now. Arlington, Lakeland, Collierville, all those areas are really just banging out new houses. And so yeah, Jared did pop up that new construction video. Check those out because we're getting a good response from those past new construction videos. We're walking you guys through those in-depth showings on those new construction homes with a lot of our local builders here.
Yeah, and to the point on those is just, even if those particular houses aren't available, we want y'all to see the kind of home that's available and what price they're available at the different areas. And even at that price range of 450 to 480, I looked up the numbers for Austin and Nashville, and you're basically looking 600,000 to 700,000 for their overall. I couldn't get their new construction number, but you see our new construction number is higher, so I would assume their new construction number is also higher in those markets as well. So you're just able to save a ton of money here, and that's only looking at the housing. That's not to mention a much lower property tax burden on you, just a lower tax burden in general compared to Texas. Tennessee also, of course, doesn't have that state income tax. If you do, since this one is kind of close to the line, if you end up on the Mississippi side, you do have a 5% income tax over $10,000. But they keep saying they're going to get rid of that. So I don't know. But generally, you're going to have a much lower tax burden and just a all around the board lower cost of living than you would in Texas, in the Austin area, in Nashville, even here in the Tennessee area. Definitely if you're coming here from some of the other big tech places like out in California. So you're able to save a ton of money. And I think that's going to drive my next point here, which is just all the growth. These companies are seeing this, and they're seeing all of they can bring their employees here. They can have lower cost of living, which, I mean, just being realistic, that probably means they don't have to pay it quite as much. But your dollar just goes so much farther here, both whether you're one of those big companies or an individual. So just to run through it, we've already talked about Blue Oval. Blue Oval is, I think they're supposed to be, what are they on with that, Kris? Where are they at?
So I think they did delay it slightly as far as their opening date, but it's going to be towards the end of 2025 is what I'm hearing. They are doing hiring events right now all over the city. They're out in the different towns and things right now, supporting towns, supporting schools, recreation departments, things like that. So, man, I like how they're doing it, man. They're really trying to become part of the community and show that this is going to be a positive thing overall. Hey, there's one hidden gem you keep mentioning. So if we're going to compare against Austin, Nashville, out west and things, there's one hidden gem that no one really talks about, but that is traffic, man. The traffic here is maybe 1/3 of what it is in the Nashville area, the Houston area. You can get, so if you're living in Germantown or if you're living up in Arlington and you're going to be working at the new AI supercomputer, you can get there in 30 minutes. So I don't know if you can get anywhere in Houston in 30 minutes. So just that's something there that we've got a big advantage on over Nashville and the Houston area and a lot of other areas, is that you can get anywhere in this area within 30, 40 minutes using the I-40/240 loop.
Yeah, it takes about an hour and a half to drive from Houston to Houston. So that's
I saw that on social media. Nobody told me Houston was an hour away from Houston, and it's just not like that here in our area. 30, 45 minutes gets you from one edge of town all the way to the other, no problem.
Yeah, so that's a big thing too. And just talking about just transportation in general, and we're obviously a big transportation and fulfillment center hub, logistics and distribution. So you have a ton of that here. Obviously FedEx is headquartered here. You have two major interstates, cutting through the area here. So it's just an easy place to get in and out of with all these. And, it's not just the commercial growth we're seeing too. We're seeing a lot of residential growth and those mixed use types of developments, like the big one up in Millington that they're working on. And just more of those kind of popping up around the area, because we're seeing all this investment that's coming in. We've seen some new stuff downtown. So it's just I made a video back in January and I said this is going to be one of the best years to move to Memphis, and I think it's turning out to prove what I said back then, just because we're continuing to see this growth. We've now got the door open even wider for more of the tech industry to come to Memphis, and I think when they get here and see what they can get here, see just the stability of everything, the cost of living, the lack of that traffic. I think we're only going to see more and more of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, and we've got some other jobs here. You know, we've got 2 Amazon fulfillment centers in the area. We've got a Google place that's in the North Mississippi area that's kind of part of our little regional area. So I'm excited about the 2 things that are exciting about Ford Blue Oval and the new XAI supercomputers. Like you said, those are high-paying jobs, right? Those aren't little fulfillment center jobs and things like that. Those are good quality jobs. It's going to bring, you know, the next level of homeowners here to our area. And you can kind of see that as far as when you're looking at the new construction prices and floor plans and things like that in the Arlington, Lakeland, Collierville, Piperton areas. I think those new homes are reflective of what they're anticipating our new hires coming into the area will be looking for.
Yep, we're only going up from here. So I still say it's a great time to get in. So if you're somebody that's just thinking about it, let me know. I'm curious what's got you thinking about moving to the Memphis area, and you really are seriously thinking about it. Take it a step further from that, y'all. You got to reach out.
Yeah, reach out to us, guys. Call or text me at that number. Jared's popping up on the screen now. We'd love to talk to you about it. It's no pressure whatsoever. I'm not going to put a lot of pressure on you. I kind of just sit back and wait to do what you ask me to and help you find the right location that's best for you, and then we'll send you properties that match your criteria.
That's right, y'all. We've done it for a lot of other people. We've got the process down, and we can help y'all out. And you know, I talk to people. Some of y'all come here, and then you'll say, "Hey, your videos are so helpful. We just moved." Don't do that. You're going. I don't want y'all to get messed up, and you get here and you go to the wrong place, or you don't get what you want. You don't have a smooth process. We've got the process to take care of y'all. And again, if you're not quite ready to reach out to us, you can subscribe to the channel here if you want to continue seeing info about Memphis. If you want to see those videos and the new neighborhoods and the new construction going on, I'll pop it up again. That's our new construction home show playlist. Y'all check it out, and we'll see you there.